Hi there. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We've had over 7,000 people take the post-betrayal syndrome quiz assessment to see to what extent they're struggling from post-betrayal syndrome. And I get comments every day. Besides hearing about the physical, the mental, the emotional symptoms left in the wake of this type of trauma, people share just the most unbelievable experiences about what they're going through. But something came in today, and I'm wondering if this is something that resonates with you. And this person said, I've become extra cautious and hold myself back from taking actions that could move me forward to the bright future I imagined for myself because I feel hesitant of the somewhat safe situation I'm in now. I guess I'm somewhat afraid of failing. Does that resonate? Because here's what happens. We see betrayals showing up in every single area of life. Like, for example, it shows up in relationships. And how do you know? If you, and maybe this is you, where the faces change, but it's the same thing over and over and over again. That's an unhealed betrayal. Or you put that big wall up, you're like, nope, no one's getting close to my heart again. And, we keep out the bad people, but we keep out the good people too. So if that's going on, that's an unhealed betrayal behind all that. And when I'm talking about betrayal, it's not necessarily a partner. This could be a friend, a coworker, someone, whatever. I mean, it spans. It doesn't necessarily have to be partner. We think partner so often, but it's way more than that. Huge. Self-betrayal is huge. We also see it in health, where someone goes from doctor to doctor or healer, coach, therapist to manage a stress-related symptom, illness, condition, disease. And at the root of it is an unhealed betrayal. Or we see it at work. And I see this in the business community a lot, where someone wants to be a team player, but they're so afraid. The person they trusted the most proved untrustworthy. How can they trust a boss or a coworker? Or they want to ask for that raise or promotion. They deserve it, but their confidence has been shattered. So they don't have the confidence to ask, and they're bitter and resentful instead. And that's the energy they're bringing to work with them every day. So what happens is, over time, these unhealed betrayals keep us sick, sad, stuck. And one of the things, I did a study, and those of you may know, I did a study on betrayal, what holds us back, what helps us heal. And one of the discoveries was that there are these 5 stages we will go through. If we're going to heal, we will move through these 5 stages. You can't skip them. You can't, do one instead of another. You will go through these 5 stages in this order. If you go from that place of, breakdown to breakthrough, this is what's going to happen. And that stuck stage, that's a classic stage 3. And what we see here is so often, we figured out how to survive our experience. We've made this huge discovery. We've had this psychological earthquake, where our world now is compartmentalized into 2 camps, before it happened and after it happened. And we're never going to be the same. And we're like, how do I move through this experience? How do I survive this experience? But here's the problem. Once we figured out how we can survive the experience, that's as far as we go. And then what happens is, once we figured out how to survive it, we think that's as good as it gets. And that's not the case at all. Not the case at all, because there are 2 more profound stages. That's where transformation happens. But so many of us just stay so rooted in that space because we think it's safe. And then we start getting all these benefits from staying there. You get to be right. Feels good to be right. You get to justify your anger. You get to justify being right where you are. You don't have to do the hard work of learning to trust again. Do I trust you? Do I trust you? Forget it. I won't trust anybody. You get, let's face it, you get a lot of sympathy from a lot of people, and you may enjoy that and get some stuff out of that. But here's what happens. It's like a ratty old sweater. It's like a ratty old sweater that you've worn for so long, you don't even realize you're wearing it anymore. And once we've stayed in that place for so long, we just plant roots there, and like energy attracts like energy. So now we're having situations and people and all this stuff coming into our life to justify that's where we belong. And then we start questioning ourselves. Well, maybe I'm not all that. Maybe I deserved it. Maybe. And we dig this really bad ditch for ourselves. So, question yourself, is this something that you may be doing? Because if so, you'll know why you're stuck. It's a very good indicator of why you're stuck. And also what happens is, I see this in health so much, where maybe you're sitting with some extra weight on you and you just attribute it to age. You're like, well, no, it's my age. No, it's not. That weight is serving a very big purpose for you. It could be that, when we're younger, we hide behind mom's leg. And when we're older, that weight serves the same protection. It could be that it keeps us from showing up fully. If I tell you how many clients I've had back in the day where they would keep the weight on because they were afraid of what they would see and what they would feel if they felt confident and felt good about themselves. So betrayal or not, what happens if you feel really, really good? Do you start looking around saying, well, why did I settle for that job? Why did I settle for that partner? Whatever it is in your life. So that weight definitely serves a purpose, but it also serves as a way to numb, avoid, and distract ourselves from something we don't want to feel or face. So you may be finding this too, where, you have an extra whatever, many pounds on you, and you're binging at the end of the day or whenever it is. It's a way to numb and a way to not face. And anybody who knows me knows I say it all the time. We need to face it, feel it, heal it in order to heal. But that food and that binging keeps that at bay. So, if you're finding that you're numbing, avoiding, distracting, take a look at what's going on there. If you're finding that you're in that holding pattern that you think is safe, maybe it's keeping you stuck. And I would even invite you to ask yourself, what would happen if I wasn't stuck? What would happen if I took off? What would happen if I had that amazing body? What would happen if I had that amazing level of health? What would happen if my confidence skyrocketed? Who's affected by that? Who's at risk if I feel that way? Right? Just a couple of questions. So I'm going to be coming to you much more regularly because I have a lot to share. And soon we're opening the PBT Institute membership community. There is nothing like it that exists. And it is everything that anybody would ever want under one roof. Like I said, we have over 7,000 people who've responded to this post-betrayal syndrome quiz. And their responses, there's also a question, and they're asking them, what do they need? What would they like? What would help them? This community is in response to all of that support and certified coaches and that have been through it and are skilled at helping them. Just curated experts coming in to teach these one-time master classes, programs. Every single thing. There's a charity component too. So we choose a member spotlight, and he or she will choose to which charity these profits will go. There's so much going on. So I'll be talking more about it. But in the meantime, just wanted to give you just a little bit of a shakeup. If you're finding that you're stuck, you owe yourself so much more than that. And there's a version of you so confident, so healthy, so energized, so bold, so empowered, so awesome. That's just waiting to be birthed. Maybe under a few layers of fear, doubt, and insecurity, but he or she is there. So I'll come back with some more live soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.